Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have a fantastic collection of shaped card cutting dies from our friends at Creative Craft Products. Make all of these beautiful cutting dies, and they make like this cross one is so gorgeous, you guys. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can win one of these special shaped cards for your very own, just for commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So come back and play with us. All right, so this cross, as you can see, so gorgeous. I think this one would be perfect for not only sympathy, but wedding, christenings, baptisms. And it comes here in this cross as two parts here. So this first part has cuts everything else off except right here it just has a score line. So you would put it along the fold of a card or the fold of your folded cardstock, and then run it through your die cutting machine, and yeah, cuts it out beautifully and leaves a little fold on the side. And then this little piece right here, I used for my base card. I used a just folded sheet of 12 by 12 flowing ink solid cardstock, and then to go with it I used the 6 by 6 flowing ink pattern cardstock. And for this one, the cross doesn't quite fit on it this way, but I mean, you can certainly turn it this way, or you could even just use pieces of it here and here, because each one of these little segments die cuts, as you can see right here. And I just thought the flowing ink was so pretty. It kind of gave a stained glass look. And then it also has this beautiful little rose right here with the leaf, and I did 2 leaves on each side, and then these beautiful dies make these beautiful cutouts here. Look how gorgeous they are. And you just glue them right to the back edge of the corners of the cross, and they fit very nicely. And then you have this really beautiful ornate cross, which I didn't end up using, and then you have 2 sentiments, "So sorry" and "Sending love," but as I said, you could easily change out the sentiment and make this for different occasions. Okay, so much more to show you. And now, oh yeah, we're gonna do this one. There we go. All right, this is Through the Keyhole. It's a 6 by 6 shaped house, okay? So it's intended, you guys, for a new home. And then it has, open it up like this, has this one base die right here. And then the score line that does not cut away is right here. So that would go along the edge of the fold. And then what I did is I took this cute little picket fence after I'd done all the windows. So like first I did, these are 2 window pieces with the gray. And then this window right here, I cut those out of white. And then just inked the edges right here of the top and bottom using sort of a firm ink pad, one that's not spongy like this Memento one. And then it gave sort of a gray texture to the top and bottom of each of these. And then you can see here that this leaves a really cute scalloped edge on the roof. And then I just took the ink pad and went along that chimney right there. And that worked out really, really nicely. So just use solid cardstock on this one. Then I did the little black picket fence, and then I just cut it in half, put one side, one piece on each side, and then I did the door. Well, I wanted to see what else I could make using this little house, and I found a way to make a little Christmas house as well. And how fun to use the colored cardstock and make it the color of your house. Even if this doesn't look like your house and you don't have a 2-story house, like I have a ranch house at home, but you know, you could always use the colors that are of your home and decorate this for Christmas. And for the door, I used this little tomato red suede paper. It has such nice texture right there. And then to go along right here decorating, I used, this is the little More Christmas Greetings Dazzles, and I used the red one right here, the Good Tidings, and then I used all the little holly leaves right here from the green, and I actually just peeled off these little outline dazzles. So if I can get one right here without my little pokey tool. There we go. But then I also took the little centers and I just added those in there so that they had a nice little filled in look like they do on the backing sheet. It's back so you can see. Yeah, just like that. And that made those cute little holly clusters. And then I took some red glitter Jewel Dazzle stickers, which I forgot to grab, but they're listed down below. All of the items that we're using to decorate, whether it be the cardstock or the stickers, they're all listed down below the video. And if you want to see specifically for each card, click on those card photos and it gives you the supply list as well. You can add them directly into your card. All right, so yeah, there's just different ways to use the little house. How cute to make it even a little doll house or a birthday card. All right, so now this one, really fun. This one is the beer die. This one, it says cheers, and it's a 5x7. Comes with this one piece right here. Come on, there we go. And it's this little area right here that just has the score line on it. Nope, sorry, that's, which line is it? Make sure I get the right one. Yep, you overlapped it right here. Okay, so that when you open it, I glued it to the top. You're opening it, these areas right here are the ones that overlap. So this part right here is that nice foamy top, and I used this product, which is Fluff It Paste. You could also use Cosmic Shimmer Fluffy Stuff. I'm going to show you how this works. Just look at that texture that's on there. It's so cool with the foam. And then for these little dots right here, these little sort of condensation dots, I also added a little 3D crystal lacquer just in some little dots. With that, place a little dot of it just like that. And then you just let that dry for a couple of hours before you're going to put it into a card. This stuff right here, you're going to heat with a heat gun. Let's grab that. We're going to use our little craft mat as well. And then I like to use a little palette knife. I also wanted to show you how you can do this with fluffy stuff. There we go. We're getting better. Great. I think I was moving too fast. All right, so we're going to take this Fluff It paste, and you want to do a really thin layer of it. If it's too thick, it takes too long, I think, to heat and bubble. And you just don't need to use very much. It's just kind of wasteful if you use too much. Do it like this. And then I'm going to use some tweezers. Go. And we're going to use our little heat gun. And you'll see that it's just kind of bubble as we go here. It's going to take a minute for my heat gun to heat up. There it goes. And you don't want to get too close to it. You don't want it to burn. It starts getting a nice little toasty brown color like a marshmallow if you're too close. All right, there we go. So you can see some of the areas bubbled up more. And you can achieve the same look by using the fluffy stuff by just putting that on with a little knife. Isn't that cool? All right. Move all of this out of the way. So for my last card, I can find it under all of my stuff. Here we go. I've got too many goodies here. This is the Honey Honey card. This is a 5x7 card. Also, I should note, by the way, I had no problem using any of these dies in my 6x6 Big Shot, putting them through, no problem at all. You just want to make sure that the folded cardstock that you're using, it fits within that platform, and you're just fine. So for this one, I have my sweet little jar right here. One of the things I did was I took this and I ran it through. Let me show you the cardstock that I'm using for most of this. This is our pastel cardstock. It says pearlescent on it. It's not quite pearlescent. That's why we got a really great deal on this, and Paulette bought a whole bunch of it. It's still really, really beautiful pastel cardstock, but the manufacturer made a little oopsie and didn't make it pearlescent. So we jumped in and said, hey, our customers would like that. So check down below for this one. You can get a nice big pad of it. There's 20 12x12 sheets in 10 different colors, and we have a good price on that. All right, so for this one, I ran it through and used the yellow cardstock, but I also just cut out the top again using the gray. And then I just took my little tiny scissors and I cut that part out to get the jar lid. I like to make things so they're just sort of like a little more detail, and that just makes the card just kind of special for me. So if you get really technical about it, yes, the honey wouldn't be spilling out of jar lid, but we're going to ignore that fact because it's cute. All right, so I also used on this one, this is warm honey, and I just took that ink pad and just went around the edges here, and then I just took a little black ink and went around the edges of the gray as well. And then this little piece right here is the dripping honey, and I used on this one, after cutting it out of the yellow, doing my inking on it, I went ahead and did a really thick layer of this crystal lacquer, the same thing we used to make the little dots of condensation for the beer. And I let this dry overnight because there was such a thick layer of it. And I'm just using Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue. We're just going to glue this edge. Just that little extra layer. So cute. All right, and then I have this sweet little label here that says, "Hey Honey." All right, and then I have this adorable little bumblebee. Now this just comes as one die, and so what I did was I cut it out 3 times. So out of black cardstock, which is the base that I'm using, and then I cut it out of the same yellow, and then once I cut it out of the yellow, I just took my tiny scissors and I just cut out the little 3 stripes here, 1, 2, 3, inked the edges of those with that warm honey, and then glued them right onto the black. And then I die cut it from white and cut out the wings, and then added just a little bit of this powder blue just to the edge of the center part of the wings, just to give it a little color there. And then that can just go right here. I'm just going to be gluing the body part right there. And then I've still got these beautiful little flowers. Here are some sweet little flowers, and some cute little leaves. And for the flowers, I used some pattern cardstock. This is Dotted Duos number 2. I used both the pink and the lavender. And then I put on the back of those just a little bit of foam tape. And then on the center dots, I added a little bit more of that crystal lacquer, just a dot of each. So I have a little bit of a raised dot there. So those could go right there, so cute. And then I like to just sort of add my little leaves in around that, to tuck them in around my little foam tape area. We're going to add that one going up that side. And for these, I added just a little bit of ink to the edges of all of them. On the pink flower, I added a little darker pink, and on the purple, I added a little blueberry ink, and then on the leaves, I added a little khaki green, just to give those a little bit of shading on them. And then on the inside, we've got another label with Be Happy, so it's Hey Honey, Be Happy. Added another bee, and then with the little honey dipper, I cut that out of sort of a tan cardstock and just put a little bit of that crystal lacquer on that as well. You guys, I had so much fun making these. They were really adorable. I think they're very versatile. So definitely check out the Money Saver, you guys. We have it on the right-hand side of the screen. And all of the items, as I mentioned, are listed down below for everybody to see. And if you click on the photos of each of these cards, you'll also get a complete list of what's included. And I also wanted to tell you guys, we're doing a giveaway 3 days a week for our webisodes. So all you have to do is like, comment, and be a new subscriber or an older subscriber, and you will be entered in to win. I think this cute little honey card would be really fun to give away. So follow the instructions at the end of this video for like, commenting, and subscribing, and then how to know if you won, all right? How to find that notification. Thanks for joining me today, you guys, and we'll see you next time.